What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing good. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this really cute red jelly, cherry, and strawberry set. I was actually supposed to post this video yesterday, but I got home kind of late, so I just decided to post it today so you guys will actually see it. But yeah, it's super cute. Normally I don't do red, but something about this set really got me. I just love the way it came out. It's so adorable. So yeah, as you can see, I've already prepped my nails off camera. I'm just using stuff that I already have. Nothing is too new except for like the polishes that I'm going to be using. I'm definitely using that new red jelly color from my cart today. And right now I'm doing the base on the nails. I do have a little bit of Madam Glam base gel on my nails in the shade India. Since I'm doing a polygel set, you always want to prep with some base gel after you apply your dehydrator and primer so that that gel has something to grip onto. And I'm doing the base on the nails first. The base is really basic because I'm actually going to be like doing like the French like hand painting it, if that makes sense. And I'm also going to be painting like the strawberries and the cherries and stuff, and then adding bling. So the base is really basic, honestly. So the color I'm using right now is called Le Crepe. It's a color from a cart. It's a translucent pink, and this is the color I'm going to be using as the base for the French nails. So I'm using a translucent pink, so when I go in and paint the white French, it looks like a pink nail bed. So I'm just like applying the polygel right onto the nail and patting it in place. It is a little bit warm in my nail room. Not a little bit, it's actually like 80 degrees because if you guys heard me in my last few videos, we're having like an issue with our AC. So my polygel is a little bit like runny sort of. So bear with me while I try to like control it. I did my best. I tried applying a little bit of base gel as a slip so it wouldn't stick to my brush as much. But yeah, I think I need to move my polygels out of my room into my room with like the AC, so they're not so like runny, or at least put them in the freezer like you guys said. I think I might try that because this, I cannot deal with the polygel like running all over the place. But yeah, I always like start by the cuticle, and usually when I squeeze the polygel out, that rounded end, I use that to build like my apex. So I focus it in that area like where the nail bed is, and then I just like pat that in place around the cuticle and focus that near the nail bed, and the rest of the polygel I just like pat side to side down the nail, and then I remove any excess at the bottom. And I always make sure to like turn my nail to the side and stuff to see if I have like any bumps or anything that I have to brush out before I cure my lamp. This just helps you get like a smoother application, and like when you go to file, you don't have like as many lumps to file through. So definitely check your nail from different angles and stuff like that. Okay, so on the next two nails, they're both going to be clear because these are going to be the jelly nails. I'm going to be painting over them with the red jelly color later on. So on this one, it's just going to be plain clear, but before I go in with the clear on the other nail, I'm actually going to be applying some little glitters there and then encapsulating them just to give like a different look in the end result. So yeah, the pointer finger is going to be a red jelly nail, but like underneath that is going to have some holographic 4-point stars. And like I said, most of the art is going to be on top. I didn't want to do like a set with just all charms this time. I wanted to make it a little bit more interesting and incorporate some nail art into it, because I know you guys said you like to see, you know, nail art and stuff like that. You know, rather than just putting just charms on your nails all the time. So yeah, I definitely tried to incorporate that in this set, and I think that's what made it more unique. It just looked like so cute. So I'm just taking some Acrylic base gel and I'm applying it to this nail first. And like I said, I'm applying my glitters onto this nail. So I'm applying some little holographic 4-point stars right into the gel. And then I'm going to cure them in place. I usually do this when I apply my glitters with like gel. You just have to make sure that they're like stuck into the gel before you go ahead and cure. Otherwise, like if they're not like in the gel and you cure, they will end up like falling off. So just make sure you're applying enough gel so that they'll stay inside the gel, if that makes sense. And now I'm just going right over that with the clear. Alright, so I did go ahead and cleanse my nails with some isopropyl alcohol off camera, and now I'm going to go ahead and follow up the nails. I'm going to start by debulking them first. Like I said, the base is really simple. It's mainly what we're putting on top because like I said, I'm doing nail art, so the base was pretty fast and we're just going to follow them up really quick. I didn't make these too thick just because I'm applying so much bling on top of them that I didn't want them to look bulky, and I'm also doing like nail art on top of them, so I didn't want them to be like really wide and stuff. If you don't know me by now, I hate wide nails, like especially on me. Some other people can pull them off, but I like my nails to look long and like thin, not super thin, but like, you know, not wide, if that makes sense, just like right there in the middle. So yeah, like I said, I'm debulking. I'm using my Niceble 2-in-1 e-file and drill. As always, I just can't stop using this thing. It's just perfect. Like it has the lamp and then the drill. Yeah. So I'm using a fine grit ceramic drill bit. I do have like everything that I use linked in my Amazon store if you were wondering, and also like all the products that I'm using, like the discount codes and everything, will be linked in the description box. But yeah, I'm just like going around the cuticle and smoothing over the nail like I always do, and making sure to go along the sides and file underneath the nail. You definitely want to file underneath the nail to make sure there's no like product under there or anything, especially because these are translucent nails. You definitely don't want to leave any product under there because you will like see that like in your end result, and it's not a cute look. So yeah, I'm just going around the cuticle, making sure to follow the sidewalls. The sidewall should be the thinnest part of your nail. The cuticle should be very thin as well. And then you have your little hill that's your apex, and then the nail gets gradually thinner towards the free edge, but do not make it too thin to where it's going to break. Always have like some thickness there depending on the length of your nails. You should know like how much you need there at the free edge so that they don't snap. If you have long nails, you definitely want some structure to them. So yeah, and I also do like file along the sides to like reshape the nail before I go in with my hand file. Now I'm going to take my hand file and just go ahead and shape up the nails. I'm using a 100/180 grit as always. So I'm taking the bulk off the sides of the nail first. So I'm filing straight a few times on each side. This gives me like the width that I want for the nails. And then to taper in the tip, since I'm doing a tapered square, I hold my file at an angle and file in towards the tip of the nail, and I do that a couple times on each side. And I always make sure to like alternate sides. You always want to file underneath the nail as well to get out any product or plastic. You want to file that off, and then hold your file at an angle and file straight up and down or straight across to file the free edge. I had to stop for a minute to like file the free edge on some of the nails because it looked a little bit higher than the rest of the nails, so I'm going to do that. You might see me doing that, and then I'm just going to go ahead and buff out the scratches. So moving on to the fun part now, which is the nail art. I'm going to start painting the French nails first. So I'm using my detail brush in the number 3 and the Macartt gel polish in the shade Blanc. It's a white gel polish. I really like this one when I do nail art and stuff because it's like super thick and it doesn't run. It stays where you put it. So yeah, I usually start by making the shape of the smile line first, which is kind of like a U shape, and then you drag it up the corners of the nail, and then I just fill it in with the gel polish. After that, I take my detail brush again and then just tighten up the smile line some more in the corners and make sure everything's all painted, and then I go ahead and cure. I'm going in with 2 layers of this polish to make it more pigmented. So yeah, as you can see, I'm tightening up the corners right now, just dragging it up the sides. It's super easy to paint the smile lines, and if I need to like clean up any, I just take a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on my cleanup brush and clean up. I usually use isopropyl alcohol because sometimes when you use acetone it leaves a film on the nail, so I just prefer to use isopropyl alcohol. So I'm doing the same thing on this nail, making kind of a U shape and dragging it up the corners and then just filling it in. And now I'm going in with the second layer. So when I go in with the second layer, I just paint right over the first layer, trying to get it up the corners as much as I can. And then I kind of just use my detail brush to paint the rest of it. If you get any on the nail bed area, make sure you clean it off with your cleanup brush and some isopropyl alcohol or acetone, whichever you prefer. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start drawing the little cherries. So I'm doing like cherry hearts, and I'm using the shade Candy Apple from Macartt. It's one of their disco gel polishes, one of the new ones they recently launched. I'm not sure if they're back in stock yet, but it's a really pretty red shade and it's glittery, so I wanted to use the glittery red just to give it like a different look. So I'm starting off like kind of making the heart shape, but like rounding it a little more so it looks like a cherry, and then just filling it in. It was a little bit difficult to like draw with this polish, or at least fill it in, because I had to try to like even out the gel. So I'm making like one full cherry, and then off to the side I'm making half a cherry, because obviously I can't fit the whole thing on the nail. And then I'm going to be adding like details and stuff to make it look like a juicy cherry. That was kind of like the vibe of the set and stuff. So I'm going to cure that. I'm moving my polishes out of the way so that I don't like cure them. If you have your palette too close to your lamp, like they cure to the palette, and it's a pain in the butt because you can't really get it off. I've done that quite a few times. So yeah, I'm making half a cherry right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and cure. Then I'm going to be using this bright green shade from Madame Glam called Amazonian Dream. I wanted to use a bright green because I wanted more of like a summer vibe. So I'm using this to draw the stems. So I'm basically making a line above each cherry to give it like that stem look, I guess. And then I'm drawing a leaf like at the tip of the cherry. You always want to make sure that your leaf has like a point to it to give it more of a leaf appearance. And then I'm going to cure that. Then I'm going to be adding in some details with some white gel polish to make it look more like detailed and like give it the appearance that the cherry is like wet and stuff like that. So I'm taking a little bit of white and just making lines around the edges of the cherry and like in between the leaf, and it just adds like a little bit of detail, if you know what I mean. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and paint over the clear nails with the red jelly color from a cart called Cheerleader. This is a really pretty like cherry red shade. I love it. It's like perfect for this set. I actually drew a strawberry on my other nail. If you're wondering, on my right hand, I pretty much drew it the same exact way as the cherries. I just made it a little bit bigger and then added like dots on it, and then just like a little bit of leaves at the top. It was super cute. But yeah, this color is really cute, and as you can see over the clear, it goes perfectly. I wanted to paint it on top because I felt like it would come out better that way. So I'm just like painting over that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cure, and then I'm gonna start adding my like charms on the nails to bring everything together. To apply my charms, I'm going to be using some McCart rhinestone gel. So for the bigger ones, I'm applying it directly onto the nail and applying the bigger charms into it. And then for the like rhinestones that I'm applying to my nail, I'm going to brush the rhinestone gel over the nail and top coat and like place them into the top coat and cure. So I'm using some little kawaii charms that I have. I have that girl one with the polka dot hair and the bow, which is so cute. I also have a strawberry. I have some cherry charms. I'm also using some strawberry fimo shapes, and then those red rhinestones that I got from Shein in my TikTok haul. So yeah, I'm just applying the strawberries into the gel as well so they stay on really good. I'm also going to be top coating over them and the beaded charms. I'm top coating the beaded charms so that they don't lose their coating. And I'm top coating over the cherry one too so it doesn't fade as I wash my hands. And I'm top coating over the fimo ones to give them more of like a wet appearance, to make them look like wet strawberries, kind of like how I drew the cherries, so it's like a whole type of vibe, you know. But yeah, other than that, I just top coat and cure. I'm top coating underneath the nails because this is like a glassy like jelly set, so you want to top coat underneath them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't usually like red, but these I really like. Let me know if you guys like these. Would you wear these? Comment down below your thoughts. I always love to hear what you guys think of my sets. It lets me know like what type of content you guys like. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, because I post nail tutorials and reviews every week, so you definitely don't want to miss out. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. And if you're not following me on Instagram and TikTok, make sure you do that so we can stay connected on there. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you guys.